Alright guys, look, we're so excited to welcome Liam Frost here, but we need to get to know the great man. Obviously, he is a mythical beast. Tell us, Liam, tell us about how you got started in physiotherapy.
Yes, well, I guess it sort of started, just having a real passion for sport. Always loved sport, always loved the little intricate details of, what was going on the sidelines and behind the scenes. So that really just started my passion. Did an undergraduate degree in human movement and health science, and then did a 2-year postgraduate in physio. So that's where it all began.
Fantastic. And so you originally started over in Adelaide.
Yes, that is correct.
What do you think of Melbourne now that you're here? You've got to compare the two. I want you to pick which one's better.
Ooh.
You might offend some of your family and friends back in Adelaide, but I think I know the right decision.
Yes, well, I must say, very happy over here in Melbourne. Obviously, it's a much larger city. A lot of things going on. Great city to be living in, basically. But it's very heavy traffic. That's the main thing to adjust. But no, very happy over here. So enjoying life over here.
Look, one of the perks of Melbourne is obviously our advanced technology over, the Adelaideans. Sorry, you Croatians over there. I got to slick that little dig in there. Tell us though, being more serious though, you've obviously got a lot of experience as a physiotherapist. What type of, conditions, what type of, areas of the body do you like to work with the most?
Sure. So I certainly, being a physiotherapist, working predominantly in private practice, we see a vast array of different injuries and pathologies. So certainly myself, I really enjoy, your lower back pain, shoulder injuries and knee injuries. They're certainly my favourite sort of ones to deal with treating in the clinic and getting people achieve their goals.
Fantastic. And look, you're obviously not afraid to have a bit of fun as well, mate. Tell me, when you're not here at the clinic, what do you like to get up to?
Well, I do love my craft beer. I'm a bit of a beer man, so I love going around to all the many little breweries that Melbourne has to offer. So that's certainly plenty still on my checklist to tick off over the coming months. So.
There you go, right? That's going to keep you pretty busy, I think, for the next little bit. Tell me, mate, favourite food?
Ooh, I will have to say pizza.
Pizza?
Yeah.
There you go. It's usually a very safe and wise choice, as long as you're not into carrots, mate, because obviously that'd be a little bit dangerous to you, I would feel. Tell me though, who's your favourite superhero?
Ooh, well, he's more of an anti-hero, I believe he calls himself. I'm going with Deadpool.
Oh, right.
Yep.
There you go. Very popular in modern times. Well played. Tell me, mate, this is one of the most important questions that we ask here at the Injury Rehab Centre. If you were a robot, would you actually want to know?
That's a very good question, and it's a very deep one. And there are so many pros and cons, but I'm going to go with not knowing.
Well, there you go. Well, we might never know. Maybe he was, genetically engineered and produced in a factory, or maybe he is actually Frosty the Snowman. We're not 100% sure. All right, Frosty. Now you're a very good-looking man, so this one might be an easy question for you. But would you trade looks for intelligence, or intelligence for looks?
Ooh, that's a tough one as well. That's implying that I have one or the other. I think you're just going to go superficial and just go with the looks.
You trade the looks for intelligence?
No, I reckon I'll trade the intelligence for looks.
There you go. Well, obviously your beautiful wife Esther, saw something good in you there, mate. So hopefully you don't need to trade too much of that, because you are a very intelligent man too. Tell me, Len, is a hot dog a sandwich? And if so, why?
I'm going to say an emphatic no. It is not a sandwich. We've got, clearly there's a hot dog bun, we think of a sandwich, your standard, square bread,
Right, sure.
And no salads, it's just a hot dog in there. So a hot dog is its own entity.
There you go. It's its own genre.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. All right, Frosty. It's game time. What are your superstitions, mate?
I've never been really a superstitious person, but I think the only thing would be when I was playing footy beforehand, I'd always put my left boot on first.
There you go. Was that because you had 2 left boots, being from over in Adelaide? Or... Tell us, Frosty, playing a little bit of footy, where'd you line up on the field?
Predominantly a bit of a wingman with some stints on the ball and playing on the half forward line.
There you go, bit of endurance capacity there from
That's right.
the Frosty man.
Speed was certainly not my strong point.
Just the engine room.
That's it.
Here's another deep one for you here, Frosty. What's something that you hate but you wished that you loved?
Ooh, that is a tough one. I'm going to say cooking.
Right. Wow, not a whiz in the kitchen?
No, sadly. And my wife can certainly attest to that.
Once again, mate, I hope you're bringing more to the table for the lovely Esther than those cooking skills then. All right, Frosty, if you had to be able to jump into a pool and it was full of something, what would it be full of?
I'd have to go with the Prancing Pony Red IPA.
Oh, wow, very, very specific.
Very specific, yeah, world's best beer.
There you go. All right, the Prancing Pony Red IPA, get on that one because Frosty's calling it. And I'm assuming you just drink your way out of that thing, right?
Basically, yeah.
Very good. All right, Frosty, finally, let's finish it up. How much would someone have to pay for your little toe?
That's a good question. I think you got to weigh things up. I would have to say, let's say 10 years worth of income, I reckon.
Really? Wow, it must be a pretty big little toe, mate.
Yeah, it's very important to me.
There you go. Well, I'm sure it keeps you very well balanced,
Exactly.
and obviously that's very important for movement function, particularly the types of things we assess here at the Injury Rehab Centre. All right, Frosty, thanks for being on my question segment.
My pleasure.
We look forward to getting to know Frosty a little bit more as he starts at the clinic in